plenty of time this time for her to read that. Boom. What are we doing with that? Okay. Got a bit much. Let me just stop and restart. That sounds a bit loud. Ah, that's why. I don't want to listen to myself on Twitch.
Are we on the same day or is it next day? You know?
It's the same day.
Still in
Oh,
the evening, isn't it?
Yep, it's the evening of the same day. So, oh, excuse me. So, so Takklin is at the Thundering Lizard, and the rest of you are at their house of repose, currently settling into your private suite of rooms. I've updated the map so you can so there's things marked on that
Yeah.
you know the location of. Oh, let's
What's that big crater to the northwest? Oh no, this map's wrong, isn't it? Its compass is wrong.
Yeah.
to
You
the
mean the southwest.
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 Yeah, sorry, I ain't got around to sort the map out. Oh no, you'll have to find out. You won't pay it a visit.
It's virtually in people's backyards.
Yeah.
It'll be an open cast mine.
Like tar pits in the middle of Los Angeles, just bubbling away randomly. Well, I suppose
Does it glow at night, Phil?
I don't know. You won't be able to see it because it's beyond the walls.
Be able to see the glow at the walls, though.
Sorry.
Be able to see the glow above the walls.
I suppose you would if it glowed and it glowed enough. But no, you can't. You can't. You can't see that over there. Oh, for one thing, you're in this inn, and this inn is in the warehouse district, which is surrounded by a wall itself, and then you've got the hill just to the west of that, where Wakanga's villa is. And then beyond the hill, then there's the main city wall, and then beyond that, these pyramids, and then this crater. So no, you can't see. You're unaware of its existence, other than being able to see it on the map. I've got no sound effects for inside an inn. That's annoying. Let's lower that a bit. Right. So yeah, like I say, you're all in the inn, either in your settling into your private rooms with whoever you've partnered up with, or in Tacklin's case, just sat down in the bar, having a drink and some food.
yeah, I think we left it with Cade and Ferfook had ordered room service.
Yep. So let me see.
and we went to sleep. You know, I think we passed out. You know, on the bed, face down, drunk,
Well,
full belly.
Stripped out of armor, just like I suppose dressed in rags still.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So you know, we were so exhausted. You know, belly full, drinks, and we went to sleep, fell asleep. That's what we left, where we left, if I remember correctly.
Okay, well, what about everybody else? It's still quite early.
Just get in a bath
Okay.
and just resting mainly.
Okay. Do you want to know what food is available? Or in fact, you can. I did put the menus up in the Signal chat if you wanted to see that, so you can see the food menus and the special services available and the drinks. You can have. There's lodging, stabling, you get spa services. There's you can have a face mask of jungle clay. You can have a hair or beard trim, massage, manicure, massage with volcanic hot stones, and pedicures.
Ooh, I can recommend the hot stone massages. They're quite good.
What does that mean? You partook while you're being here?
Sorry, say again.
Does that mean you've partook while you're being here, or just?
No, just a personal anecdote.
All right. Okay. Okay. So, is anybody at Kaya's House of Repose doing anything? What you're partaking of anything in particular, or what are you doing?
Deep, uninterrupted sleep after a
True.
belly full of drink and food.
Same here.
Okay.
Food and drink.
Sorry.
Doing some food and drink.
Doing some food and drink. Do you want to do it for people who's already eaten then, or wanting to eat? Would you care to look at the menu and decide what it is that you're ordering or have already ordered and eaten?
Yeah, sure. One second.
So, like I say, all the menus, drink menus, food menus, and other things that are available here are in the Signal chat. So if you want to do that, go through them and make a note of whatever you partake of. And while doing that, so and meanwhile in the Thundering Lizard, what's Takklin doing?
Takklin will figure out what the special is and just go for that. Drink and food.
Drink and food. So special. Again, I believe you've got there's a menu. I put up a menu for the Thundering Lizard as well, which
I think it might be hadrosaur steak.
Breakfast, cake, hadrosaur steak, and sweet potato chips.
Delicious.
Yeah, lovely.
I know, Phil, if you want me to tell.
If you just put it right into the chat, and then I can.
Yeah, sure.
I don't see any food for the Kaya's house. Oh no, never mind.
Yeah.
First
Go
page,
back far
first page.
enough.
Yeah, there's about 3 or 4 menus for Kaya's house. One for food, one for drink, and one for luxury items and other services.
Lodgings and services.
Yeah. Right. So you're having so as opposed to their menu, the prices are printed, and you pay for things as you have them. Whereas at Kaya's House of Repose, you don't pay when you order. You pay when you leave.
If they
It's going to be tomorrow.
I can see us not staying in this place very long. You guys will-
Kate wanna stay. I'm loving this. This is brilliant. Best ever.
Hello.
Best ever.
So what's Takklin doing? So you order the steak, the dinosaur steak.
And a gallon of the dwarven ale.
Okay. And what's well, yeah. So if everybody else is makes a note of that,
I think Cade and Ferfook can share a bottle of fine wine,
Sure.
and I suppose just barbecue all you can eat. There's a thing that says all you can eat only in the evenings. So we may as
Yeah.
well just eat ourselves stupid.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Cool. Bottle of fine wine and all you can eat barbecue.
Okay.
That's amazing.
I mean, all you can eat. I mean, what's not to like? We've been living on half-cooked fish and fresh fucking air for 5 days. So
So,
That wasn't half cooked. It was raw fish. But they
Yeah.
fed
yeah,
us in prison.
yeah, what it was indeed raw fish.
oh, okay.
Cool.
Yummies.
Full of protein. Okay, hello, hi. Right. Okay. So so the people at the house repose after you've eaten. Are you doing anything, or are you just retiring to your rooms?
Sleep. Pass
Okay.
out.
In return.
There's entertainment on in the theatre, in the
Yeah, sleep.
second floor
No.
theatre.
Not interested. Bed.
We're all exhausted, aren't we? So we need rest.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe tomorrow we all have a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. True enough. Okay, so you all eat and drink your fill and then retire for the evening. Right, and meanwhile, Takklin, you sat eating your food in the Thundering Lizard. There's a live band on.
Are they as good as Ferfook?
I was going to say they're any better than Ferfook.
Um,
Get me to it.
Well, I suppose it's a matter of taste, really, isn't it? What you prefer.
Not Ferfook.
So
What do you
the
mean? We've been traveling together for months. I've been wearing away at your dwarven sense of music or whatever you call it.
It's just, it's like when you play that song, you get that song that you love and you play it on repeat, and then when you hear it later on, you're like, oh, I'm never going to skip this song, and then yeah, you end up skipping that song. It gets put on a playlist that you bring out once every 6 months. But
okay.
yeah, I'll listen to the band for a little while. But
Okay, right. It's by chance. It's the band's made up mainly of dwarves, and it's the medieval equivalent of a as close as you can get to a sort of metal band.
Nice.
And they proceed to do a rousing performance and end up trashing most of the stage towards the end.
Music with rocks in.
I don't want any part of that.
Okay.
I'm too tight.
Okay. So while you sat watching the band and having a drink and enjoying your food, another patron comes over and starts chatting with us, quite friendly. Is a human, and turns out is from up north at the mainland, somewhere at mainland, from Ket in the mainland.
I would practically know this place.
Well, you've heard of it. It's one of the sort of areas of the main continent.
Notoriety. Okay. What does he do there? I'm assuming it's a mister.
He's a merchant, entrepreneur.
Oh yeah.
So he came here to try and make his fortune, and he's been here a couple of years now.
And he's not managed to make his fortune yet.
It's not things. It says things haven't gone quite to quite to plan, but he's not complaining. He's happy enough. He's made quite a bit of money gambling,
Oh dear.
and he wonders if you'd be interested in a few games.
Ordinarily yes, but not tonight because I'm very tired and I've just lost all my money to a massive turtle dinosaur in the bay.
Yeah. He
Uh,
was mugged.
I'm mugged by a giant turtle.
He says, well, perhaps. How about just for fun? How about a arm wrestling contest?
Be sure. Let's go for it.
If you win, I'll pay for your meal.
Oh, lovely. And if I win, sorry, if you win,
If you win, then you will have to indulge me some more this evening.
that sounds very forward. I'm a married dwarf.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to put him off.
No, he says, no, you misunderstand. Not in that sense. Just my
okay.
company.
Yeah, sure. But again, I will reiterate, I'm very tired. But if he wants his arm snapping off, I can do that for him.
Okay, so he's very keen. He say so to wait till you finish your food and then clears the table, and sets the table ready for a game. But before you start, he sort of raises his voice and shouts to everybody, and quickly gathers a crowd around the table, and encourages. Don't take much encouraging to like set some betting. There's a lot. People start placing bets on who's going to win.
Okay.
A lot. Most people seem to be favouring your new friend.
Wend. Half Wend.
Bad friend. Okay, cool.
Who by no, just a minute.
Someone else should have them gauntlets.
No, just a moment. I was just going to give the guy a name. Oh my god, why can't I make it simple?
Ty. Let's call him Ty. 3 letters.
Suggest. Oh. It's just called King. He just calls himself King.
King.
Right, King.
Okay. So
Make a habit of picking on tired dwarfs, do you?
just like to make friends.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right, and he puts he slams his elbow on the table and presents his big fist.
I'll try and do the same, but obviously not as big.
Okay, so it's an opposed strength check. So he, before you start, it says so. Best of 5 for first round, eh?
Yeah, sure. Do I have to roll at disadvantage because I'm still tired, technically? No?
No, I'll let you get away with it. I'll let you roll without disadvantage for this.
Thank you.
I'll be kind.
What?
And we are missing this. We are not there. Unbelievable.
Stunned into silence by that statement, Phil.
Yeah, we all are.
Okay, right. So despite your kind of like lackluster effort, you seem to take him by surprise and slam his arm and his wrist down heavily on the table to the point that he topples and falls over sideways, and there's a nasty audible snap comes from his
Did he
wrist.
roll a 1?
He did. He did roll a 1, yeah.
Bad luck.
Well, I think you're gonna win because the next 2 is still gonna be on you. Best of 5.
Can I place money on myself now?
Right,
He
it's
broke his arm. Snapped his arm off. I did warn him.
right. There's a whoa from the crowd, and someone step back a couple. Somebody like staggers over and goes and vomits in a corner. And he's rolling around the floor, clutching his wrist, which is twisted at a rather unsightly angle.
Oh, Takklin.
Just go, oh my god! Oh no! Right, suddenly this other guy comes rushing over and goes, "Oh King, what the fuck have you done now?" He goes, "I think I bust my arm." He goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake, you're supposed to be in the race."
What's been the race?
Say, I've got money riding on this guy. I'm going to lose loads of money now.
Have to take his place.
Yes. I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm still very tired. Does he want to finish this best of 5 or what?
Best of 5? Are you joking? Look at his wrist. He drags him up and like grabs his arm and he like flops it from side to side while King like screams.
You're not giving.
Listen,
Like,
a bet is a bet, so
I mean,
don't chicken out now.
he still owes me 15 silver. Let's just get that. Let's just make that perfectly clear. Broken wrist or not?
Right,
You're going to get the horns.
this guy like
heartless.
dips into his pocket and throws a silver on the table. Says, there's your blood money."
Thank you.
Good money.
Right,
look,
he drags. Yeah, go on.
I was going to say I apologise. I'm obviously don't know my own strength, and I didn't mean to push this upon your friend. Is there any way I can help?
Right, it goes to walk. It turns to like walk away, like chiding this guy again. And then he stops. And says, "You any good with animals?"
Well, you know, by trade I should be, but not as good as I want to be. So yes, I will. I'm quite good with animals.
In that case, you might be able to help.
Awesome.
This idiot, is supposed to be supposed to be the rider for the race at the end of the week.
What day are we on?
Today.
I can make myself available after I've spoken with my friends.
Oh, excellent. What's your name, sir?
My name is Takklin. And I am partial to dinosaurs and cats.
Right, he looks a bit puzzled at that. He says, "Name's Griffin. Whatever you're into, I'm not interested. But are you staying here?"
We'll be staying here, yes, for the foreseeable, or at the House of Repose, depending on how my friends fare. Traveling a party, you see.
Right. Well, you can find me here, or if I'm not here, you can leave a message for me here. I'll be in touch.
Sorry, what was your name again?
Griffin.
Griffin.
Very
Griffin
good.
and King. Thank you.
It goes to shake your hand and then thinks better of it.
Probably for the best.
And then drags his limp-wristed friend off.
I'll shout after him, and I await him getting in touch.
Yeah, sort of waves and disappears into the crowd. Right, which slowly disperses and they go back to their own tables after the excitement's over.
I finish up and go to bed chuckling the entire evening.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything this evening?
No, just passing out into a coma.
That's same for everybody.
I want to snap
Yeah.
anybody's necks now.
Did you roll with disadvantage? Were you
Uh,
arm
No,
wrestle?
we had
You
this,
did-
we had this discussion.
It didn't
Oh,
matter.
right,
yeah.
never mind.
It didn't matter anyway if you had or not.
I don't know if they both rolled a one, they could have both snapped each other.
Well, that's true. That's true. Okay.
Amazing.
So, so yeah, once you've had your fill, you'll eventually retire for the evening. Awaking the next day to more rain, as is the norm here, and it's the 4th moon day, the 4th of Ready Reet. Outside, the locals seem seem to oblivious of the weather, although it's not particularly bad.
Go up and get some breakfast then.
Okay, so again, for those people in the House of Repose, make a note in the chat of what services they're availing themselves of.
They do a full English breakfast or something.
Check the menu. It's what's on the menu is what's available.
Yeah. I'm looking.
So for tackling the Thundering Lizard, you just need to choose what you want and deduct the price so it's listed.
Yeah,
Yep.
they do something called breakfast, bacon, egg, bread, ankylosa or bacon. I don't know what ankylosa is. Sounds good. I point this out to Ferfook regarding, do you want to try this, dinosaur breakfast?
Yeah, it sounds great.
Okay, so we order 2 of those, please. With some light ale.
Yeah, don't recognize the rest. Well, there does seem to be some imported stuff here, but I'll stick with the.
Estimated price 73 platinum.
Sorry, what?
If you read the chat in the game on Foundry, that estimated price, and I'm wondering how did Obold estimate that? Based on what?
Oh,
Being optimistic.
so yeah, eat breakfast, and then if
And-
Takklin hasn't showed up at our place, then I suppose we head over to the Thundering Lizard to see if we can track him down.
Before I pay for breakfast, I'll ask if anybody wants their hand snapping. And if there's no takers, then I'll make my way over to them. I think it's only fair.
Right. Okay. Right. That draws so there's not so many people there in the morning for breakfast, but it draws an appreciative laugh from those present.
I'll make my way over to them then.
Okay.
I mean, who gets where first? Do we roll for it?
If you want to, you can, I suppose.
Oh, do we meet in the street, or do we actually meet up at each other's?
Oh, well, let's see. I'll do a roll. See who gets
I can say as if Ferfook's in a comfy bed, he's going to be extremely reluctant to leave it.
So yeah, so Takklin arrives at the House of Repose while you're still eating your breakfast. So as you arrive at the House of Repose, you're greeted by the door staff, and you're ushered inside, and your arrival is announced by one of the staff.
Nice.
That's cost us like 10 gold pieces. You turned up.
I can't. I'm back in again just so I get announced again, so it costs me even more money.
You are very funny.
Ferfook yells again.
Is there 2 of you? Do you have a twin brother? This wine must be very strong. I have double vision.
They announced tackling the second and then tackling the third.
Oh shit.
Okay, so you're all seated at one of the tables in the dining area of the House of Repose.
So what,
Ask
what's
Takklin how the Thundering Lizard was.
It was bone-crunchingly excellent. I ended up with a free meal for ripping some guy's arm out.
Oh,
And
ow.
I've got, I might end up being a rider of a dinosaur.
Hey?
Basically, I'll fill everybody in that I ended up snapping somebody's arm who were showing off, and now they need somebody to ride a dinosaur for them. And I think I might be that guy.
Cool.
I'm short like a jockey, not too
Yeah.
well built, you
I'm
know.
going to say, once I see Kay, they might ask him because he's shorter.
Not strong enough though to muscle that dinosaur around them tight corners. And also,
True. I agree. I agree. I have no intention to ride any stupid dinosaurs. You know,
You
they,
hope.
they
No,
might.
let's be clear. You hope it's that kind of race. You hope it's not the kind of race where you get released and then the dinosaurs chase you.
Yeah,
No,
it's like,
no.
like what they do in Spain with a bull run.
Yeah. At which point you want the longer legs of the shorter
I
ones.
have short legs. I'm not good for it. And I turn to Takklin. Do you get paid for this? We need money.
I'm at this moment in time. I'm just hoping so. It's all on goodwill, you know. I didn't mean to upset this man or tear his arm off, but I
You're
feel
just a
like
big
I should.
old softy. That's
I
what
am,
you
What's
are.
the plan this
plus
morning? Then?
I bury my head in my hands. Oh my God, doing it for free. For fuck's sake.
I'm not doing it all for free.
What's
You
the plan this morning? Then are we gonna
Go.
go and speak to this other merchant prince, Soshan's mum?
Yeah, we could do. Or we can check out from this place and let's see if we can,
See
get
if we
away.
need to do a runner.
Yeah, no. I have no intention to run. We need to pay our debts, but can we, stay here for longer? That's the question. Can we afford this place? I love it,
I don't
but
know.
Well,
I'll just let you know that the Thunder and Legion's actually fantastic, and it fits right in with us. But if you guys want to live here in the lap of luxury, then
let's check out and then go take a look at the Thundering Lizard and then decide what we do going forward. But also, I think on the to-do list, we wanted to meet Soshan's mother.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then we wanted to get back to Atamo to sort of say, okay, he's going to have to give us some kind of pointers on, where we're exploring and perhaps a couple of guides' names.
But I
So we
think
can start ramping up to.
he'd already pointed towards asking the locals for information without being too obvious.
we need money. We have no money.
So I think his main thing will be after seeing Soshan's mum is just information gathering at the minute. And he said to see him before we leave.
Oh,
And-
okay.
And did we see the harbor master?
Not
Oh,
yet.
Yeah.
no.
we've still
So
got the
we
ship.
have to follow that up as well, isn't it?
Well, it's waiting for him to get back in contact with us because you left him a note, didn't you?
Weren't you going to pay for the information?
Well, that's
regarding
what
the pirates as well?
Ferfook's hoping to extort some money out of him on the pirate location.
And
On the
maybe
other hand,
we can
if
sell.
you're paranoid, he could be working with the pirates, telling them when ships leave. So we could have basically played our
Ah.
hand, and now he's going to try and fucking murder us. That's a distinct possibility. Just saying.
I mean, it's possible, but we could offload the boat to him as well. Just to try. Let's see.
Well, no, the harbour master won't want a boat, but we've already put a note on the bulletin board, so we do need to just check and see if there's any interest expressed. But we only stuck it up last night, so it may take a couple of days for that to happen.
Okay, so let's visit that other merchant princess, the Soshan's mom, first.
We'll get his stuff together after we've had breakfast and had so much to drink, then Phil, then
Okay, so what's
check out.
what's Cade and Ferfook having for breakfast?
I've that
It's in the chat.
it's in the
Yeah.
pot.
Is
It's
it?
that
Yeah.
yeah, the dinosaur bacon, egg, bread, and some light ale, please.
Yeah, and Ferfook's having the same.
I can't see
Oh,
it.
he's,
Oh, it's not in the chat.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's
I
not
can't
in the
see-
chat. Sorry, my bad.
you did last night's stuff, but not this morning's.
Yeah, okay. So
Though yeah.
brekkie.
They're pretty much having the same thing as Luai, though, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the same thing as Lua, yes. But like to have light ale instead of water.
Okay.
So, I mean, just a general thing, we do actually have quite a lot of cash in the form of a couple of very large items. So, and we know Atamu does sell magical scrolls and potions. And I do know it takes Cade a while to sort his spell shit out. So, you know, do we want to reach Atamo sooner rather than later and say, you know, what do you have spell wise that we can purchase for Cade to learn, you know, for use later, and then whatever change is left is for equipping ourselves. I mean, money is no object when we're trying to save the whole world's souls, I suppose. What do you guys think?
So you wanna go back to the first merchant prince, you know, the unpronounceable guy.
Atama.
Atamu.
I think
Wakang.
we're probably better going to him after we've gathered some information, because once we get some information that points where we go, we might have a better idea of what sort of spells might be better or what might be useful.
Yeah, we also need some time to probably sell the boat.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
well, that's fine.
so
I just wanted to,
go to Sorceron's mom then first.
yeah, because she may be able to. I mean, here's where I'm kind of caught. So, Social's mother deals in armor, right? Armor and weapons. So she doesn't really know anything about the interior. She's probably just going to refer us to find a guide. So I suppose it's ask around, find a guide.
Yeah, she's got a monopoly on weapons, armor, traveling gear, and survival equipment. A guide from Jabal.
So maybe she's a good starting point for
Or Jabal.
what we would need for the expedition. And then she's our route introduction into who's a good guide.
Or Jabal. Or Jabal, sorry. He's the one that does guides and stuff like that.
Yeah, but he licenses them. I mean, does he control them or does he just license them? So in other words, do we have to literally go through him for a guide, or can we just hire a guide as long as they're on the list of approved?
We can hire any guide as long as they're on the list of approved ones.
You can hire any guide, whether they're on the approved list or not. But
yeah, but the ones that aren't approved are going to be sanctioned very heavily.
Yeah, what was it? Whole chippy choppy and death kind of situation.
Yeah, beheading and chopping hands or something.
So,
quite
there's a notice board outside the inn, so you'll be able to check.
Oh, okay.
So there's So there's notice boards at like outside most inns and places like the Harbour Master and sort of areas where people congregate. So there'll probably be notice boards outside markets, places, and things like that as well.
Okay.
So let's check out first, pay our bill, and you know, visit, you know, this social.
Go check out the Thunder Lizard, and then what? Start asking around for guides.
I mean, I don't think you need to check out the Thundering Lizard. I could tell you it's perfectly acceptable.
No, check out from that house of repose.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I see what you're saying.
And then, but then what next? Just trying to get it straight in my mind. Then do we go straight to Soshan's mother and see if we can get equipped for an expedition?
I
Because
reckon
she
so.
can-
Yeah, we don't know anybody else in this town, do we? It's not like we
Yeah.
can just start.
So I
knocking
think we
doors.
should go to her for information and maybe guidance and whatever.
Yeah.
Take it from
Well,
there.
introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
Complete randoms, aren't we, in this town? So
Cool. Okay.
And,
Right,
and if we
cool.
tell her that we are looking for work, she might be able to help us out with that, with
Yeah.
her connections. If she's helpful, but she might be not so helpful.
So I suppose we check out, Phil.
Okay.
And then have heart attacks.
Kate, drinks a little bit just before asking for the bill, with shaking hands.
Okay, so you go to the checkout, the desk, and check out. And as the desk clerk looks over your bill, you notice four smartly dressed Minotaur bouncers sort of suddenly and silently appear, forming a wall between you and the exit.
Hmm.
I'm
Ferfook goes, "Oh, I'm so glad to see you guys. I never got through."
Shut up! I kick you in.
What?
Shut
What?
up! Pay the bill first. Pay attention to our
You
business.
don't even get to the bull part.
Shut up! Just shut up.
Let me find it. House of Repose.
Ferfook's a little hurt, but Kate's a bit forceful. I assume he's speaking. Are you common or halfling?
Halfling.
Okay, Ferfook pays attention for once.
He said we are in deep enough shit anyway, so don't cause more problems for us.
Okay. So it says, if you'll just bear with me a moment, I just need to talk this up. This might take some time.
Oh
I can
dear.
find some popcorn from somewhere. Sits down.
I need a cigar while we are waiting, please. Thank you. Just put it on the bill.
Cigar, right? As a cigar, right? It says, I'll just make a note of that. Cigar, nibbles.
Put it on there, Bill. That's fine.
As you see fit, sir. No problem.
Well,
Right.
that split in footloop.
I have an idea. How about Takklin, you arm wrestle the Minotaurs for our bill? Huh? How about
Absolutely.
All
Notorious.
that late.
Notorious in this
What
town.
was the split for the loot?
For the gems, it was 4 platinum and 40 gold.
Right.
Oh, I didn't note that down. Well, I mean, we've got a lot more than that, but it's like pull out a moonstone of like 3,000 GP and go, can you make some change?
I'll just let it know that it cost me 10 silver to be sat here for you guys right now. And it'll worth every single silver.
This is
10 silver and a broken wrist.
But not yours.
Not mine.
Nice.
where are we? Ooh.
I just sound like a washing machine repairman. Ooh, which is going to cost you.
Or a plumber.
Yeah.
Mechanic.
Sharp intake of breath. And it's rising and rising the bill.
But he passes that because he can't breathe anymore.
Yeah.
starts hyperventilating.
And that's just his call out charge.
I think Phil is having a field day with this bill.
Is it a bank holiday weekend? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Time and a half on bank holidays.
No, it's double time.
Is it now?
Well, it depends.
I mean, you're paying, lad, so if I were you, I'd do.
An employer pays you double time, but if you're self-employed, you can charge what the hell you want on a bank holiday.
You know, Phil, in the end, everything is rounded down, by the way, if you remember.
In denominations, not money, just in denominations.
Shut up.
So platinum becomes gold and gold becomes silver.
Fried. Wines.
Gedvis is high intelligence, you know. What takes him so long? You know, this is simple math. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, but when you're making prices up on the fly, it can take a while.
Lodging. The clerk looks up briefly. So, will you be paying for the bill all as one or individually?
That's
I-
one I would have thought.
All as one.
Individually.
Individually and all as one. Which it be? So, right.
We all look
It
at
starts.
Matthias and say, "What?"
It starts.
No, I'm gonna say individually as well.
I went to
That's fine.
town though, didn't you?
Fine, the monks want to do their own thing.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, sure, whatever.
Clearly, they don't want to subsidize our late night massages that we ordered. Fine, whatever.
What
So,
massage? Did you have any massage? Did you have two?
I'm just making it up. I don't know.
so Cade and Ferfook are paying together. Right. Okay. So that's right. Starts making more notes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Fuck's sake.
We're not being charged for the rooms while you're taking the time to work this out, are we?
Keeping.
I start heading to the kitchen, you know, start doing the dishes.
You're going to be mucking out the minotaurs. That's what your job is.
No, I leave that to Ferfook because he is upset by the minotaurs.
So
you can
I've mucked out cows before. Horses, yes, but not cows.
You can have a biology lesson in the staple by them.
Mucking out's fine because they eat grass. Oh, hang on, these are half the minotaurs. Do you guys eat meat?
Right, they just stand there looking very professional and not saying anything.
Yet.
9.
I suppose got to be careful. Ferfook does not know much about wildlife at all.
36, 4, 12, 16, 26, 28.
This is taking so much calculations.
No, it's because you've got to look it up in like 15 different tables. And plus, of course, we're relying on Fool's arithmetic here.
What are
So
you talking about? That's fine.
Kade offense help. I'm good with numbers.
2 gold piece. It's a 6, 9. 2 gold pieces.
give me I'll be back in 2 minutes.
See, he's
Okay.
running away from the bill.
Okay, so the clerk looks up and says, so on the in the case of food and lodging, the half orc Obold is it? Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's 2 gold pieces. For the gentleman with the ponytail, Mr. Luhai, that's also 2 gold pieces. For the small gentleman and the and his partner. That's 28 gold pieces.
Oh,
Well, what did we do different? Okay, we pay, no problem.
There's also the cost of the case of other charges. Surplus charges. So when you entered the establishment on the previous evening, your clothing was in quite
Or repair.
was quite soiled and in a bad state of repair. Now this does lower the morale and expectations of our customers, so we have to compensate for that. So there's an additional 5 silver pieces charge each for helping to restore our image. There was also cleaning. There was extensive cleaning. We had to replace several of the carpets. So that's another 10 gold pieces. The sheets, we had to burn them. That's another 20 gold pieces.
oh, we got a bath.
So
Another
basically,
bath.
he's renovating
Another bath.
he's renovating the room at our cost. Okay.
I'm glad you brought up the bath. The excessive use of soap. That's another gold piece each.
Is that 10 gold pieces per person?
No, that's that will be altogether. We're not thieves here.
Okay. So what is the total bill?
I haven't finished yet. If you'll give me a moment, sir. So the amount of soap used, that's an extra additional gold each.
Really? Because usually soaps are free.
Oh no, sir, not here. The initial one is, but there is surplus soap required. The level of cleaning required on each bath, that's another 10 silver pieces each.
No. I think you've made a mistake. Ferfook never had a bath.
Oh, I do apologise. Well, that is each. So if you didn't have a bath, that's fine. The level of trauma caused to the cleaning staff who had to clean the baths, that's another 5 silver pieces each.
Can I have another cigar while we are waiting for this?
Can I have an insight check to see whether he's just lying through his teeth?
You
to
can
try and
indeed.
stimulate?
Yes, of course you can have another cigar. That will be another 2 silver pieces.
Fine, put it on the bill.
So that's 25.
No, he is
insight
not.
check.
He is not at all. He's been
I-
dead. He's been deadly serious.
I turn to the other and say, I thought he was pranking us, but I think he's actually totally committed to this.
Now, I don't believe you actually used any of the amenities.
No.
So there's no charge there. Although there's a small standby charge because staff were on standby in case you did want to use the amenities. So there is a small 2 silver piece charge per person.
Just a quick question. You know how you've got these amenities on standby? Are we your only customers at this time?
No, not at all.
And so is this amenity charge split amongst all your customers or just for us?
So there's a charge for using the amenities, but we have personal staff standing by for every guest who may want to use the amenities.
So there's a flat rate charge for just simply being in the building in case you would like.
we have to pay the member of staff that is on standby in case you want to use the amenities.
So I don't understand why you make such a song and dance about the individual costs. You could just make it a flat rate and say your room charge is X, and within that charge, you then cover the base rate, and then you would charge extra if people actually use the amenities. Would that not make more sense?
I think the X should be triple X because this is obscene. This is disgusting. You want to be ashamed of yourselves.
Right, he looks you up and down and says, and then succinctly brings us on to the next matter of manners. How did the guests treat and interact with the host, housekeeper, waitress/waitress, bartender, and other patrons? So there was some verbal abuse of the door staff by yourself.
Kate is laughing.
I was very
I told you to keep your mouth shut.
I
Yeah.
was very polite.
Now
Don't
we
worry. Saying that one.
I just asked who was the
No, shut up.
so we do have to compensate each of our staff for any
I look the Minotaurs up and down and go, I had no idea they were so fragile. My apologies.
right. He scribbles something out and then rewrites a number in, so that'll be 2 silver pieces per staff member per person.
So just to be
Uh,
clear,
hang on,
Well,
hang on.
hang on. I
Hang on.
never said anything rude. So why am I charged for this, please?
You weren't charged for that, sir, but I don't like your attitude when how you're raising your voice to me, sir. So there will be a small charge for that.
this is remarkable. Is
Um,
this sort of way of charging people? I've not sort of experienced it before. Is this a normal sort of way of running a place like this within the city, or is this something unique to this
we
institution?
pride ourselves on our unique establishment. We have high standards to maintain, and the staff bills are excessively high. I'm presuming you don't wish to add any more to your bill.
No.
No.
Just shake
If,
my head.
how
I'm,
much-
I'm saying nothing because they charge for that. I'm just shaking my head.
I am curious now. So if we for instance punched you, how much does that cost?
That could be quite excessive. The suggestion alone is worth a gold piece.
Listen, I talked to Ferfook.
Ferfook's working out whether it's worth it.
No. In halfling, just shut up, pay the bill, and leave because it's just gonna cost us more time and more money. Just get on with it, whatever they say.
So
think
let me just total that up for you, gentlemen.
I say to Kate, that's fine, as long as you promise me we can fireball this place later.
I'll think about it, okay?
32, 33.
Fine. Okay.
Actually, I turn to you. That's 10 gold pieces for you.
Okay, that's funny.
So on
Food's
top
totally
of
fine.
your room bill, that's an additional 35 gold pieces each.
Hmm.
Okay.
Each.
On top of your rooms and food bill.
So, you said 28 gold for the room for Ferfook and me. Is that right? Or 28 per head? Because
That's 28. That was 28 each. Yes.
I thought
okay,
that was
plus
combined.
35.
No, it's combined for.
Yeah. Sorry.
Cade
Yeah.
and
28. 28 for you, young man, and your partner. And then an additional.
Well, excuse me, sir. You have just insulted me and my halfling companion. You have made a terrible assumption about our relationship, and I demand recompense.
I apologise deeply, sir. I shall provide you with the relevant paperwork to file a complaint. There will, of
Thank
course,
you very
be.
much.
There will
I wish
be.
to see it now, please.
I shall get it for you. Once we've settled this matter, I shall
Yes,
retrieve
of
the
course.
appropriate paper. There will, of course, be a small administration fee for processing said paperwork.
Totally worth it. Thank you.
So basically, for Ferfook and me, it's 98 gold pieces. Am I right?
In total, that would be correct.
Okay. So I fish out. A platinum is how much is one platinum?
10
How
gold
in
pieces.
gold.
Okay, so I hand over 10 platinum. I pay the full bill. Here you go, and I gave 2 gold pieces of tip as well.
So
And
while you're going through your pockets, the door behind the desk opens, and somebody, another staff member that you've not seen before, steps out and says and speaks to the clerk. Says, "What's going on here?" And the clerk turns away and he whispers into this other guy's ear, and he looks up at you, and there's a brief exchange, and then he tells the clerk to go away. He says, "I'm sorry, gentlemen. I understand there's been a problem with your bill."
No, I'm just complaining how we were mistreated. And since we've had to pay sort of to recompense because of our, rude behavior to the staff, of which we, totally unaware and apologize unreservedly, of course. But I would like to be recompensed for the horrible, vile, and totally disgusting assumptions made about myself and my small companion here.
I do apologise for that, sir. I shall look into it myself, and if there's a grounds for your complaints, I shall ensure that the staff member is sacked immediately.
Oh, I don't want him sacked.
Oh no, sir.
I just want him
No.
beaten.
Oh no, well that's just part of the sacking process.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
But perhaps we can come to a small arrangement. I have a small problem. You have a minor problem, perhaps, and perhaps we can sort of help each other out and maybe brush this annoying bill under the carpet.
Lynn sticks his elbow into one of Minotaurs and says, "This is bullshit." Bullshit.
so what is this problem of yours?
Please do continue. I am interested.
Says, well, we had a scheduled performance tonight from the.
Tacklin's like, ah!
Oh, Cade is fishing out the earplugs from the backpack.
From the dwarven band Vartak. But unfortunately, they were performing at the Thundering Lizard last night, and they seem to have been worse for wear during some drinking involving some gambling.
Yeah, very good.
So unfortunately,
they got
they're not able to fulfil their contract at this moment, and that's left us kind of in the lurch. So perhaps,
well, as it happens, I am in the middle of my personal grand tour, performing right around all the known continents, and I would be happy to perform if our bill was waived. It's a little less than I normally would expect for this kind of performance, but since we've come to know each other a little bit, I'm happy to give you the friends discount.
that sounds like it'll work out excellently. Then, very well then. So I shall expect you and your friends backstage this evening.
Yes,
Fair.
of course. I will need some time to. As you can see, we were waylaid by pirates. I will need to.
I wasn't aware of that. That's shocking.
just to be clear, when you say him and his friends, it is just the bard that's going to be.
Oh
performing.
no! I require you all to perform to clear your individual debts.
Okay.
But
Mm.
none of the rest of us
Ferfook-
have any musical talent.
Well,
Ferfook's
I'm
just like, it's fine. Don't worry. Me and my backing singers will take care of everything.
That's excellent to know.
What in halfling? What the heck are you talking about? We can't sing and play music. You are the only
Shut
one.
up! I'm gonna get these monks singing and dancing if it's the last thing I do. Just shut up and play along.
That's excellent.
put
So
I'll put me 37 gold on the counter. For I'd rather pay the bill because I have no musical talent And to be honest, it's debatable if the bard has.
I'm sorry, sir.
Hey!
I've already got the contract written up here.
But it has no
Excellent.
signature of mine. There's my bill. I've paid.
I said these artists are so temperamental. Don't worry, I will talk him around and Ferfook will scoop the gold off the table.
No. No. Bill's paid. I'm done. I'm out of here.
Same here. I'm not getting up on stage here. No way. And pay the bill, Phil.
Okay.
I mean, I turned to Ferfook regarding. Listen, it's only you and me left. You know, I have zero talent
Whoa,
in
whoa,
this.
whoa! What? Takklin wants to play.
Okay, I nominate Takklin in my place. Okay,
Uh,
Takklin, will be your background singer.
I'll roll my eyes at the maitre d' and just go, I've faced this the whole tour. I honestly, I don't know why I put up with some of these people. You can't get good stuff anyway.
Right, you've noticed during this conversation the Minotaur bouncers have moved and have been imperceptibly slowly manoeuvring you away from the entrance into a corner, away from any guests that are arriving.
No, we need to sort out the bill. So why are they pushing us away from the?
No, they're just trying to hide us so that we don't scare away any high rollers from coming in.
No, they want to beat us up in the corner. No, thank you.
Right. So he says. So he lowers his voice is a little bit. So yes, I'll expect you and your companion backstage about 7 o'clock this evening.
Perfect. We'll be here.
Okay, so after this, can I go back to the clerk, please?
And
No, we're talking now.
the Minotaur doorman sort of shuffle you out of the door.
I
Just
want
so
to pay
I'm
my
clear,
bill. They don't let us pay.
just
No,
so
we're
I'm
gonna
clear,
perform now.
before we leave, my bill's paid. I'm asking a question and I want an answer. My bill's paid.
Same here.
And I'm asking the person behind the bar, just to be clear, my bill is paid. It's cleared, yes?
Very well, yes.
Fine.
Me too, Phil.
I'm not taking one of Atamu's recommendations ever again. And then I'll walk out.
So I turn to Takklin. So are you happy to perform instead of me? Is that right?
No, absolutely not. I've got my own rider. I've got my own set of demands.
No.
Alright,
Why me? You said you wanna perform on the stage.
play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I'm here for money.
I have no music. I'm going back to pay my bill.
Oh,
I'm going back.
So the doorman won't let you in.
Why?
Because you're
They
performing on
already know us.
stage.
yeah.
I'm not performing on any stage. I wanna pay
Of course
my
you
bill.
can. Of course you can.
Oh.
Of course you can. We'll dress you up. You can be part of the act. And while I'm performing the ballads, which you know very well because you've heard me singing them many, many times, you'll be part of the sort of background helping set the scene.
It's gonna be a
They'll be
disaster.
perfect. I mean, I could have really used the monks. I mean, they could have like demonstrated some of the fight scenes, where Ferfook heroically saved
I'm
everyone.
walking off.
I'm like, I don't understand what the problem is. This was like,
I'm leaving the conversation. I'm off.
Okay, let's move on. You and me, we are performing. Whatever. I'm never gonna do this with you again.
well, I need some new clothes now. Now I need some new clothes.
We are like a girl. You're going shopping. What?
I'm literally dressed in rags.
No, they cleaned them up and they repaired them. It was in the bill.
No,
No, it wasn't. The fact that we turned up in the clothes we did was in the bill.
yeah,
Not that they repaired them or washed them. That was extra.
yeah,
But we paid lots of extra, so we should have back, nice
yeah. So
clothes.
Phil, we want to see an itemized bill, please, so we understand what we haven't paid for.
Yeah, they'll happily provide one when after the fact.
So I'm stood up in clothes that they've kind of like made a passing attempt to repair. I assume.
Oh no, they're not doing anything with your clothes. No.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, so basically you can see where I've been stabbed and slashed. and
Yeah.
Yeah,
fucking
we
chunks
need to go and
taken
get
out
some
and-
new
Yeah.
new clothes anyway before we go and meet this other merchant prince.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they just charge you for lowering the tone of the place.
Yeah.
We got it. Right, where we're going next?
The market to get some new clothes.
Okay.
Perfect. What was it? The Red Bazaar? Was that what was recommended?
The Red Bazaar is one of the places. Let me just bring it up.
I tried to collar a local or two and ask them where's a good place to get new clothes.
That's rain catchers, insect repellent, and salves. Also consider canoes for travelling on rivers. That's a note I've got from it.
So there's several marketplaces in the city.
Yeah, the same.
There is the Grand Souk, which is let's see, that trades in like spices and medicines, like sort of rare commodities.
What was that called again?
The
Grand
Grand
Souk.
Souk. So rare commodities and exotic goods like spices and things like that.
You say Grand Soup?
Yeah, souk.
Souk.
S-O-U.
S-O-U-K.
Yeah.
All right. I thought you said soup.
No, not soup. There's also the jewel market, which you've already seen, and there is the Red Bazaar, which sells more sort of everyday things.
So go to the Red Bazaar then.
So like from
Yeah.
from meat to just everything else. It's like a general market.
Yeah, go to the Red Bazaar so we can find some clothes. I want to find some local wear,
Okay.
like local.
I'm just reading a quick article about how much it costs to hire bands and stuff. And in 2019, July of 2019, it would cost you $500,000 to hire Nickelback. Just putting it out there.
I don't.
That's
I don't
$500,000 wasted then.
yeah.
Sorry, who are you
Just
talking
saying,
about?
I'm just saying.
No. Who is that nickel? Who, whatever. Who is that?
Exactly.
Just like Accrington Stanley.
I never heard of it.
Nickelback.
Yeah.
Doesn't he
They're
sing I want to be a movie star, superstar, or something? What
rock
was that?
star.
I want to be a rock star.
And they're still wishing.
So the
Saying,
Red
you know, you don't
Bazaar.
have to have any talent to be able to perform.
I just look at Metallica.
Your bill's just doubled. What was that, sir?
So basically, if we perform every night, we can stay in the hotel, isn't it?
What residency? Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah. I mean, it's 100 gold pieces per night, and we are performing, so we should move back in. I mean, at least me and Ferfook.
I'm definitely not staying foot back in there.
I
Just walking in will cost me 10 gold.
I suggest this to my companion. What do you think? If it goes well, if we are still alive.
It's like that casino on the Monte Carlo roundabout. Costs you like 50 quid just to walk through the door.
No, just to walk front of the pavement.
What?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
like
joking. I'm joking.
Well, that casino in Monte Carlo, it's 50 quid to walk through the door.
Whew, that's a bit of a cover charge.
Yeah. But it's the one where all the high rollers go, all the rich people, celebrities and everything. But if you want to walk in and have a look around, it costs you 50 quid.
Okay, so the Red Bazaar is located on the east side of the city, outside near the gate to the Tiriki anchorage. and it's in the market ward, situated
Okay.
between the Colosseum Hill, and what's it called? And the Hall of Gold on the oh, God, Yilquazi Hill, something.
Ilkazi.
Ilkazi, maybe, I don't know.
Do you want to type it out so I can see it?
YKLWAZI.
I might just be Kilkazi.
Yilquazi.
Yilquazi. It could be that, yeah. Yilquazi. We'll go with that. Yilquazi. Yilquazi Hill, which I shall also mark on.
Oh, Quasi is a very common Zulu name. You hear lots of Quasis. If that makes any difference. The Zulu king died about 3 months ago.
Yeah,
and
they've just appointed. Well, someone's just appointed himself as the new one, hasn't he?
Well, the queen was regent. She had 6 kids, by the way, but the queen, who was like 65, she did not look it, by the way. She looked like not a day over 30. She died suddenly as well. So now there's a bit of a bun fight over who takes over as regent until the next king is sort of appointed. So, well, it's the single biggest tribe in South Africa, and the Zulus don't fuck about. They still don't fuck about. The only thing that stopped a civil war happening in South Africa 20 years ago was that Buthelezi was a peacemaker. But if he'd woken up one morning tired of it all and gone, that's it, the Zulus want to fight for it, they'd have had like 6 million people fighting. Like the next day, it would have been something else. Anywho, so yeah, I suppose we head to the Red Bazaar, Phil, to do some clothes shopping for Fuchs, one of Fuchs' new favourite pastimes.
We're passing the Thundering Lizard.
You will.
No.
It depends.
Oh, hang on.
You could do.
Yeah. If we're passing
Apologies. Yeah.
the Thundering Lizard, I will pay for a room for the foreseeable. Drop a gold piece down and just keep my room open, please.
Great. Right, they're happy to do that.
I'll book a room as well, Phil.
Okay.
Yeah, I will as well.
I turn to Ferfook. So are we staying in the other place or are we moving here?
Well,
Oh,
it's cheap.
I'm
It's
moving
cheap.
here.
It's cheap, so let's book a room, and then if things don't work out at the other place, we can just toss here.
Okay, so we book a room
Back
as
up.
well, please, Phil.
I mean, we don't have to use it, if our room gets covered after tonight and after I blow them away, then, whatever.
I actually have some plans with spells. I can help you to enchant
nice.
your performance,
Always
And-
like it. Just a quick one. Is there any guidance on pronunciation in Chult? Because you said the sounds are lots of clicks.
There is a small pronunciation guide, although it's not limited to Chiltern stuff. So it's
Okay.
it's a bit annoying
'Cause-
because some things that you could do a pronunciation guide for, there isn't.
Yeah, it's just because if this was Causa, then if you'd put a click on the XH is a click sound, one
Yeah.
of the 7 different clicks.
But yeah,
So
yeah.
so I mean, I'd look at that YKL and I'd be thinking that sounds like a click to me.
Yeah.
So we quasi hill.
Yeah.
But
It sounds.
now I'm just having fun.
No, by all means, feel free to suggest any pronunciations of them because that sounds more authentic than Wazi.
Yeah, well, I don't know any Causa because that was like a totally different region of SA to where I grew up. We had to take Sutu until I was about 13 or 14 years old. and Sutu doesn't have clicks in it. But I was told that the toughest thing to say in Causa was the porcupine rolled down the hill and broke its back, because you had to use all 7 different clicks to say it.
Right.
It's like it sounded like hard work.
It does.
It's like, nah.
So at the Thundering Lizard, you can pay 5 silver pieces for a room, or you can you can pay 1 gold piece for a room, which and that includes food, but that's just like basic, the basic menu rather than getting to choose.
I'll
Oh.
just pay that, Phil.
Okay.
I
For the
stick to
next-
silver.
I'll pay that for the next 3 nights.
Okay. Radio.
It's how much did you say, Phil?
So 5 silver for just the room, or you can pay a gold and get your room with food included. But that's just like the basic menu. You don't get to choose.
Tell them it's really
Right, I'll
cheap.
just pay for the room now at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll book 3 days.
Okay. Right.
Fuchs disappointed how little faith his companions have in his ability to perform.
Did I receive word from King or Griffin?
Not yet. No, it's only been a few hours. Well, it's the next day, isn't it? So no, you haven't received
Yeah, okay.
anything yet. So like I say, it's a little bit cooler than normal because it's a little bit overcast and there's a light rain falls all day. So yeah, you make your way through the crowded streets towards in the direction of the Colosseum, which you can see clearly see on top of one of the hills to the east on your way to the bazaar. As you walk down the street, you see like medium size and large dinosaurs that are used as beasts of burden. Some are pulling carts, some are working on to operate cranes, whereas others, particularly in the warehouse district where the inn is, are used to pull canal boats along the canals that run through the warehouse district. Everywhere you see posters advertising events at the Colosseum, which happen on an almost daily basis on an afternoon, and also posters advertising the weekly dinosaur races that take place through the actual streets of the city.
Is that what you've signed up for, Takklin?
He doesn't know for certain.
It's a guess, yes, is what I would assume.
So flowers, green plants and vines grow everywhere, seem to sprout out of the building stones themselves. The profusion of greenery needs constant tending, and there's like gardeners and people working tending to the plants to maintain them, but also preventing roots and shoots from damaging buildings and tiled roofs. The city's defensive walls and towers are topped. Like the buildings are topped with colourful awnings that shield, as well as shielding the guards from the sun and rain, also are like highly decorative. All streets within the city are paved with cobbles, either cobbles or flags, and they have deep rain gutters, like as much as 2 feet wide. And even today, there's like water constantly gushing down these gutterings. Here and there on the streets as well, you spot on these unusual cat-like humanoids that you've never encountered before. A lot of which appear to be either street performers or minstrels, wandering around the streets performing to anybody who tosses them a few coins. Much of the city is divided into districts by large walls, and open archways above the streets are painted with murals of dinosaurs, mountains, and mythic heroes. And amongst all these new buildings are the crumbling remains of ancient buildings that are overgrown with vines and lichen, which gives you some indication of how old this city is. Ground floors of most of the buildings are made of stucco covered stonework and have tiny windows to keep out the heat at street level, whereas the upper floors have bamboo or thatch walls with enormous open windows that presumably to let the breeze in, and under broad thatched or tiled eaves. All the buildings again are richly decorated with paint, ivy and vivid flowers. Some are painted in symmetrical geometric patterns of straight lines and sharp angles. There's a lot of maze-like patterns visible that are reminiscent of the what are you doing, Cat? Reminiscent of the amulet that I forgot his name that wore.
The blowback in Ahoy Hoy.
Yeah. While others portray animals, monsters, landscapes, and heroes in a stylized manner unique to the city. Where space permits, lots of buildings have walled gardens and yards. And all the city's there's water everywhere, so all the city's water appears to come from rain, and every building has cisterns and series of water barrels to catch rain running off the roofs, and every public square is built around a fountain or rain basin, and with so much water running downhill into from the surrounding hills as well. They make excellent use of water-driven mechanical devices. So everywhere on like buildings, there's water wheels built into cisterns and rainwater running through spouts or channels that turn wheels and drive pumps in pools, turning millstones, powering bellows on forges or lathes and saws, and all sorts of amazing sort of labour-saving devices, or just like decorative ornaments and sculptures that are animated by all this like imaginative water-powered technology.
Impressive.
Yeah, very.
So you eventually arrive at the Red Bazaar, which is mainly an open market consisting of numerous stalls. And I just need to let this cat out of the room, so I'll be just back in 1 second.
That's probably the most description I've ever heard about any city we've been in.
Mm.
It's good. I like it. It's
Yeah,
like Mediterranean city, you know, that it reminds me.
I'm thinking Zanzibar.
Yeah, that's good.
It's like a melting pot of lots
Or
of
like
different
Morocco.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Morocco is a very good description. Yeah, I mean, sorry, similarity.
Yeah, it's all sorts of cases. It's like it's kind of like that, and a bit of South, sort of Mesoamerican and African, and
It's great. We like it.
Almost like the Moors, a Moorish city.
Yeah. No, it's good. Good. So I suppose, we can do a circuit to the bazaar and we can see, what there is for sale before diving in and starting to barter away.
Yeah. Well, we're just after clothes mainly at the moment.
Okay, so the Red Bazaar deals in everyday needs: locally produced meat, vegetables, tropical fruit, tage, light tropical clothing, insect repellents, rain catchers, and other household goods. The buyers and sellers in the Red Bazaar are almost exclusively local Chilterns.
Mm.
Did we not get told that we needed to buy rain catchers?
Well, yeah, when we set out, we'll need to buy them.
I suppose first of all, pick up some local outfits.
Yeah,
Eight-
local
eight, yeah.
common clothes for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So the pricing will be the equivalent of what it is in the player's handbook for a common set of clothing.
Yeah, I'll pick up 2 sets and see if there's somewhere I can get changed out of the set I'm in into one of the new ones.
Okay.
Right. I ask the vendor if he could recommend somewhere to get something a little finer, because I plan on performing later today.
So you'll be if it's ready, sort of off the rack kind of clothes you want, then you can get them at the Red Bazaar. If it's exotic fabrics you want to turn into clothing, then the Grand Souk is a better bet.
No, I'll if I can buy finer clothes from here, then I'll do that.
Yeah, so they'll put so you can get some sort of better quality clothing. So you probably about double the price of some standard clothes.
Perfect. What else is there? I suppose backpack. I haven't had a backpack in weeks now since I dumped my last one. I don't suppose they sell a pack of thieves' tools, do they? Or could I assemble one from the various items that they sell within the?
You could make a makeshift copy that wouldn't work as well as a proper set.
Yeah, that's disappointing, because I mean the description of a thieves tool set is things like needle files,
Yeah,
pliers.
yeah. It's just when you come to the actual lock picks into the room.
Yeah. Lots of strange little shapes and things to get in there.
Kate has got a full set. You know that.
Yeah, no, I know, but
But yeah,
I mean,
you
you
could
can make copies.
Yeah, we
not
can
with
do that.
unless you've got the skill to do it.
We'd need a blacksmith or a metalsmith of
Yeah,
some
you
kind.
need
Okay.
a
I
ti-
mean, that's find a blacksmith then.
you need a sort of a talented a tinkerer or something to make lock picks.
Okay.
A jeweler could probably make them, considering sort of its fine metalworking. If they could copy the shapes.
I'm not sure a
Depends what
jeweler
you
would be able to make have the ability to make. They might use sort of tools that are of the same kind of intricacy, but I don't think they'll be able to actually manufacture the tools themselves.
Okay.
Not
Yeah,
typically,
no,
anyway.
that's fine. It's just something.
But
to
like I say,
keep
you
an eye out for.
could put it together. Essentially, put together what's it called? Is it called a Thieves Kit or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could put together, like you say, you could easily find all the bits and pieces. It's just the actual thieves' tools. So they wouldn't work as well as a proper set of thieves' tools, but everything else would function. You'd be able to get everything, actual one-for-one replacements for everything else. It's just the actual lock picks that wouldn't. You could,
Yeah.
get something that you could use, but wouldn't be as good as.
Yeah, I'm low on cash. I'll do it later. But cool. So I think for Focus sorted for now. I've got clothes, got instruments. Just need to turn up and perform.
That's not to say that it's not possible to get them somewhere in the city.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys think, but Fook's a little nervous about asking around.
Yeah, just don't.
Excuse me, Mr. Minotaur, where can I pick up? Oh, shit. Yeah, I mean, Fook's good now. I mean, I'm just wandering around, soaking up the sights and sounds.
So listen, I want to have a little chat with you about tonight's performance.
yes.
And this is for Phil as well, because I want to twist a spell a little bit, just to boost you, but I'm not sure if it's legal or not. So I have this spell called Tongues.
I've got it too.
Yeah. So basically, is it possible, that's the question to Phil, to cast it in a way that everyone who listens, to your performance understands this, what you are singing on their own mother language? Would that be possible?
I think that's how it works.
No, it says that at least one language, and they understand. It doesn't say
Spell
they
grants a creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear the target and understands what it says.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they understand it, but no. What I'm trying to say, you have like 100 people listening to you. They are all different races, all different mother language, and everyone would understand it. They understand it. That's fine, but would they understand it in their own mother language? That's my point. That's what I'm trying to do, if it's possible.
I think that's the intention of it,
Yeah.
because I think the reason it says
Yeah.
any creature that knows at least one language means that, like, beasts won't understand him, etc. So it's only
Yeah.
people that know a language.
Okay, that's cool. And the other one, what I was thinking, I will cast mirror image on you, so there are gonna be 4 of you, singing and
Can you
performing.
cast mirror image on someone else?
Yeah, or yourself. Oh, bugger, only on myself.
That's what I thought.
Oh, bugger.
No, it's fine.
Listen, I'm gonna be your 4 background singers then.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Or I mean, you need to give me an instrument so I can pretend to play or something.
Okay, so while they're discussing their performances, there anything else that anybody else wants to do?
Just try and find out directions to this other merchant prince.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Soshon's mom.
Yeah.
How about Lu Hai and Takklin? They wanting to do anything while you're out and about?
I'll just pick up the rain catcher and some insect repellent.
Okay.
We're better off going to Soshan's place tomorrow because, I mean, Ferfook's got to perform tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, but we're going in the morning to Soshan's mum just to introduce ourselves and that. So I think that's totally fine with him performing on an evening.
There was one thing I wanted to do, just completely separate to everybody else. Sorry. I'll be looking for anything druidic as well, Phil. It's supposed to be like that secret language that nobody else can read. Makes them funny.
Oh, okay. The rain catcher, by the way, costs a gold piece and weighs £5.
Yeah, I've already put it in me.
All right. Very good.
I got it.
Oh, what is the insect repellent? Is it something that has to be used in a certain period of time, or is it?
It's a greasy salve.
So there's two. They sell 2 different kinds. They sell blocks of incense and a salve. So the incense sells for 1 silver piece a block, and you basically light it on an evening, and it burns for 8 hours, and it repels normal insects within a 20-foot radius. The salve, which is a gold piece, contains 20 applications of an odorless greasy substance, and 1 application protects the wearer against normal insects for 24 hours, and it's also waterproof.
So I'm having that.
Yeah, I got one too.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I'll
So,
get one of them as well.
so the salve will weigh like about an ounce. The incense, about 10 pieces of incense will weigh an ounce.
Weren't sure if we'd need the incense because of Lehman's tiny hut, but if we get it anyway, it's not going to.
Listen.
Yeah, but while we're traveling, we'll still need it.
Yes, and how about if I die or whatever, and you're gonna stand there without the lemons tiny hut. Yeah, so it's better off if you listen to the locals what they said and obtain the Inca chair and all this other stuff as well.
Cool.
Did you read my message in the chat?
Who are you asking?
No, I don't want to sound like a broken record.
Like a slow motion, and the record is really slow.
I'll be like, Cage, you bastard! What the fuck you doing?
Yeah, that's what I had in mind. I'm just joking, I don't want to read our performance, but it would be really funny,
I'll cast Spirit Guardians on your ass.
Is Luhai wanting to do anything?
Not as yet.
Okay.
Is there anything non-mundane anywhere in town? I mean, I suppose we could cast Detect Magic while we're walking, but you said that magic was more or less far more acceptable in these parts than it was back home, I suppose.
Well, you've seen you've witnessed areas like in Wakanga's villa where it was obvious use of open use of magic and stuff.
Okay.
But at the same time, you've not seen you're not seeing anybody on the streets like practicing magic or anything.
Okay. I'll be cautious. It's a new place. I can't think of anything else that I mean, at least we've got a good idea of what's available in the bazaar. So, when it comes time to get kitted up to head out, we know what we can grab from here. We've got time to burn. Do we go to Soshan's mother now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
get it out of the way, because he said it would be seen as rude if we didn't go.
Agreed. So yeah, we I suppose we followed directions Soshan gave us to track down his mother.
Okay. Excuse me. Let's see, where will that be? Okay, so so this is the area where I've forgotten the name.
Kenny, how far?
Yeah. Let's see, you should be able to
Could travel all the way to the end of the city,
there she is.
to the northeast end, to walk all the way down to that end.
Oops. Why has that disappeared from view? Wow, that's weird.
I mean, it doesn't look
tiny.
like it takes too long to cover the distance. What, maybe 10 minutes? 20 minutes?
Yeah, I'm just thinking it's just an odd thing, because there's no way up there apart from walking to the northeastern end of the city, to walk up them steps, to walk all the way around, to come back,
Oh, I see what you mean.
because there's no way just up onto there.
No.
So you've got to walk all the way to one end of the top end of the city to walk all the way back to the other top end of the city.
Well, I can go past the harbour master, see if we've got any nibbles on the boat sail. I mean, it's just quite close to the entrance, isn't it? What do you think?
Yep, worth a try.
So what are you doing then? What are you all doing?
Make us way up to Kenny Afar then.
So
There's no shortcut, is there, Phil? We have to literally walk all the way around the city to get there.
No, they're like in sort of enclosed areas. Yeah, you have to let's see, you have to get up. So over here, like there's no, not text. Don't want text.
Yeah, where them steps are.
So there's an entrance there, and that's pretty much it. So you have to get into these walled areas to then get access onto that lead up onto these hills. All these hills are like walled off, and then you get access to these bridges that connect the hills.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Oh, so when we went to Wakanga, we were doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't realised. I thought we just walked straight over. Okay.
Okay. So is anybody wanting to do anything on the way, or are you just all going? Are you all going the same place? What's everybody doing?
I think they wanted to have a look at the harbour master first to see if they got any nibbles on the boat.
And see if we can squeeze some money out of him for revealing where the pirates are.
Okay. Is anybody
And-
else wanting to? Is there anything else that anybody else is wanting to do en route?
No.
No, just
No.
leave.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Right. So you head back. You're going back, just retracing your steps. Well, you have to go round the warehouse district because you can only get into it from one side. So you go round, passing the Grand Souk Bazaar, past this area. So here is a dry dock next to where the jet is, where your boat is moored, is a dry dock, which put on here. Where larger ships are pulled out of the water for repairs. So yeah, you make your way round through this archway. As you're passing through this archway here, this walled archway, if you can see where my mouse is pointing.
Yeah.
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 A woman in with a hood drawn tightly across her head tries to draw your attention from where she stood in the shadows of the archway.
Have a look round, Phil, see if there's anybody else. If it's like a distraction trick.
Well, there's loads of people. There's like streets are packed.
All right.
But you can, I suppose, you can make a sort of perception check, see if there's some obvious setup.
Mm-hmm.
Do we not pass on passive perception?
No.
Right back.
Pardon me. Okay, right. No, it's you can't see any any obvious setup for a sting.
Oh, sorry, what's the deal? Is she trying to get our attention or anybody's attention?
Yes.
Okay. I suggest we approach cautiously.
Okay, right. When you
I'll stay back, Phil. I'll just move into a shadow myself, just so I can keep an eye on them.
Okay. Right, when you're close enough, she asks, she says, "Are you the group that arrived on the cutter the other day?"
Who's asking?
My name
Yes, we are.
My name is Madison Lynch. She removes her hood, revealing herself to be an elf. I'm in the employ of God, I've forgotten a freaking name.
Lascalar, meet your doom.
I'm in. I work for Liada Portier, the commander of Fort Balerion.
Leandro, sorry, say that again.
Commander Liara Portier,
Oh, dear.
the commander of the Flaming Fist at Fort Balerion.
Whereabouts is that?
It's east along the coast from a little, about a day or so along the coast from Port Nyanzaru. It's on your map.
Right.
It's on the map of
It is
Chult.
on the map, yeah.
We got the map of Chul back in the player journal.
There is one, yes.
We were warned we need a license to explore from these people, I think.
Should be
Or
in the
they-
handouts. Let me have a look.
Or they end up busting
Uh,
our chops
No,
if
it's
they're
been removed.
I've got this. Here, a player's map of Chult.
cracking a window. The dog farting is killing me in this room.
Player's map of Chult. Let's just move that down to there. Can I drag it? No, I can't drag it. Oh, God, that's annoying. Whoops.
So this woman's taken a shine to Luzai, right?
No.
Oh.
Let's see. How is that?
She wanted some monkey loving. I mean, monk loving.
Drag it to there a minute. I'm going to have to drag it bit by bit. There we go. It's in the player's journal now. Player's map of Chult.
It's just got GM notes.
Yeah, we'll just click on the image.
There is no image.
There is.
Not when I've opened it.
It'll just maybe just take a while to load up.
It just says the hex tiles on the player's map of Chult page can be deleted or moved
Yeah,
to the GM layer.
Yeah, that's on the text page.
Oh, hang on. Something might be loading now.
Yeah, it's just on the
Partially.
Still waiting for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
it's taking a while.
So while we're waiting for that, because it's not really important where,
image.
I suppose.
So yeah,
There we go.
yeah. So she says she works for Tiara Portier, and she understands that that you have information regarding the location of a pirate hideout. He said, "I come to warn you against supplying that information to Zindar."
Who's in there?
Harbour
Harbour
Masters.
Master.
Why?
Is not to be trusted. There are many people within Yanzaru who aren't what they seem.
I mean,
Right.
is she giving off trusty vibes or is she giving off dodgy vibes?
Is she what?
I mean, she's just said, "Oh, my name is insert nom de plume here, and I work for insert nom de plume here." There's literally like fuck all evidence of any of this shit.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, me, look at me. I'm John Smith and I work for Jane Smith. Trust me. Don't trust anybody else. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, you can always ask her that. You can present that to her if you want.
Who the fuck are you? I know you said this, but prove it.
So, I would say Commander. Oh God, I keep forgetting a freaking name.
Tiara Portier, is it?
Tiara Portier. Yeah, Commander Portier requests that you bring the information to her at Fort Balerion.
And what's it worth? We work for money, lady. What's it worth?
Well, I'm sure the commander will be happy to pay for it. She's the commander of the Flaming Fist.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know who that is.
You can make a knowledge roll if you want.
Flaming Fist.
The guy told us about it last week, didn't he?
No, but
Yeah.
he's just said there's a bunch of people who like claim the Northern Wilderness and they're patrolling the place. That's all he said.
These are
11.
Okay, the name's familiar, but you're not sure if it's because you were told recently or you've heard it before.
So let me get this straight. You want us to travel a full day east through jungle and a country we don't know to tell somebody you say you work for something that you say we should not tell other people.
But I understand this. This might seem unusual, and you've no reason to trust me. By all means, I'm not suggesting that you do that now. All I'm asking is that you consider this. By all means, look into it. Ask around. Check up on what I've said. But do that before blindly handing over that information to Zinder.
Okay. Cheers for the heads up.
Says if you want to contact me, you can. And she gives you the name of another tavern where she's staying near the Red Bazaar.
Is she trying to protect the pirates or not? Because we've got no interest in saving these pirates
Well,
whatsoever.
you could just ask her. She's there. You can ask her things.
Yeah, sure.
So it says no. Says the commander of the she's the command. Leah Portier is the commander of the Flaming Fist.
You keep saying that, but what does that
doesn't mean much
mean?
to us, yeah.
Well,
Is
you
the
can ask her. You can ask her who they are.
No, I'm saying like, what does the flaming fist even mean? I mean,
Flaming Fist is immersion.
and it's got flames on it, and this is the sum total of what I know about your organization.
Yeah.
Do you run around with flaming fists, or is this like a
We've
I
got
don't know,
two-
like a
two
fanciful name?
monks. We've got 2 monks and 2 fists that can do that.
Yeah, that
each.
would be a
Well,
cool
if you
trick.
ask her,
What
then you might find out.
Ferfook and Takklin are getting way caught up in the whole idea of monks with flaming fists running around beating people. sorry, I'm sorry, Madison Lynch. Yes, you were saying. So who are the flaming?
The Flaming Fist is a mercenary band in the employ of the Merchant Guild of Greyhawk.
That was the Scarlet Brotherhood I'm thinking of, wasn't it?
No, that's not Scarlet
Well,
Brotherhood.
That's World of Warcraft, isn't it?
No, that's stolen from this as well. Scarlet, yeah, Scarlet Brothers stolen from this.
And they were the ones in that other city when we were travelling to Saltmarsh.
Severe lack of sense of humor, if I remember right. Okay, well, thank you for the information. We will, well, Ferfook will take it under absolute consideration.
Says that's all we can ask.
Awesome.
But like I say, please consider your options before. Otherwise, I think you make a grave mistake. And she wishes you a good day and leaves.
Watch her go.
Okay, right. You watch until you eventually lose sight of her in the crowd.
I'll have a look around and see if anyone else follows her, Phil.
You can make a perception check, I guess.
Good thinking.
You don't notice anybody offhand. No.
Ooh,
No.
nat 20.
No.
What a waste of a nat 20. To be honest, I was expecting a 2 or a 3 to come up on that. I didn't expect a nat 20 at all for the way I've been rolling.
My map still hasn't turned up, by the way.
I closed it and then reopened it and it worked fine. meant the map itself, obviously, not boundary. But it is to the northeast of Nyanzaru or Yanzaru.
Well, we carry on to to the Harbour Master then, unless you guys want to change the plan.
Say ignore the Harbour
That's-
Master for now, just to be on the safe side.
Well, we're going to ask him if anybody interested in the boat, aren't we?
Yeah, but then we may face questions if the Harbour Master's actually in. I'd rather avoid them for the moment.
Yeah, let's do it on the way back. We've got to come past this way anyway. We can ask Soshan's mother what she thinks.
Yeah, can ask her opinion, because Utama said he rated her as a good ally.
Correct, yeah.
Plus, he's also just been in the same boat we have with regards to the pirates. So
Yeah,
Correct.
so I can ask about this Zindar.
Yep, spot on. Right, we carry on to Soshan's mother then.
Okay, so you enter the this other merchant ward inside the walled area, following the streets round, and you pass here. You pass a large temple to Istus, which I shall mark.
Well, take a wide berth around that then, Phil.
Istus. Which one's Istus again? There was a list. That was divination and fate. Was that right?
Yes, Lady
Yeah.
of Fate.
Cool.
Lady of Nightmares.
Is this like flashbacks to something else then?
No, not from my end.
Well, not with that character now. Oh, you didn't? Did you not play that?
I didn't play that now.
No.
Campaign for Fate of Istus.
Yeah.
Keep
They weren't
going.
happy about it because they kind of got sort of railroaded
Disease.
into it. Yeah, and got diseases and yeah.
Every time we rested up or took too long, she made this disease worse on us.
Oh dear.
Just to prod you along.
Yeah, forcefully.
Right. Yes.
It ended with the Scarlet Brotherhood as well.
Yeah. Locations. Where my locations tab gone? Okay. Okay, like I say, there's this grand temple with a glass, dominated by a large glass dome at the centre of it. Right, building looks really old, and it's one of the grandest looking buildings in the city. Not really much to say about it. There's a lot of people and priests of the temple gathered on the steps, sitting in the sun despite the rain. Right, so you move on and over the bridge that spans between the two hills that sits a good 50 feet or more above the streets below. Approach. This is Golden. This large building on the centre of the hill is Golden Throne, which I'll put on as well. Which is the like the council chambers of the merchant princes. Oops. Oop. That's it. Okay. Right, past that and past Wakanga's villa and cross over another one of these arched walkways. Like I say, it sits a good 50 feet plus above the streets below, and approach the gates of the villa at the far end. Right, the gates, much like Wakanga's villa, they're guarded. The gates are closed and guarded. As you approach, they sort of level the spears, like these traditional spears that you've seen people carrying around, block it, barring the way to the gate, and ask you what your business is.
Yeah, we'll introduce ourselves and say we.
The guards, by the
we-
way, are noticeably not Chilton either.
All right.
No.
We'll just say that we were part of the party that came back with Soshin. We were the ones that helped rescue him. We've been invited to come and see Ekeni by Soshin himself.
Right, they ask for your names.
Give us names over them.
Okay.
Ferfook the Magnificent. And his entourage.
Okay, once
They
you
didn't deserve names.
right, one of the guards takes he disappears through the gate once he's got your names, and about 5-10 minutes later he returns and holds the gate open for you. You may come through.
Following through them.
Okay. Right, you met on the other side, so they passed through the gate and the gate's closed behind you. You met on the other side by a servant girl. Let's see, where are we? Put walls on. Oh, they did put walls on this. Blimey. In which case, they're going to need tokens. That's annoying. Don't really need tokens on this. I'll have to put them down though, so you can see what's what. When it finally loads up. Oops. Oops. What's that on the wall? Okay. Here you go. Here. So you find yourself stood in a pleasant, breezy tiled courtyard, including containing like splashing fountains and green plants. The servant girl ask you if you need to you need to refresh yourselves.
Much is it going to cost?
She looks a bit puzzled and shakes her head. She says no, sir. There's a and she points to the door to your left, saying there's a washroom.
Oh, yes, please. Ferfook needs to wash out these pits. This breastplate armor gives me a bit of a sweat on.
Just refresh a bit then, Phil.
Yeah, just go refresh a bit.
I
Okay.
rinse my junk. Got to make sure I'm tip-top condition.
We'll let Ferfook go last.
Okay. Right, in fact, it should be. Let me get these because that should have more of those. It's copied. So 2, 3, 4. Okay. So there's 4 guards stood here to attention. Ceiling of the entryway is 2 stories tall and is open to the sky.
Holy shit.
And there's drains like many other buildings. There's like drains that like rain catches and channels that like filter into this central fountain.
Rain catchments.
Yeah.
Isn't that technically a courtyard? So it's like a courtyard.
So the walls. The walls are decorated with ornate shields and framed paintings, and there's numerous gilded cages containing multicolored squawking parrots.
Cool.
Right, let me just see where you're going.
Can I understand what they're saying? Are they saying anything?
I don't know. Have you got your thing going?
No.
They put you in cages and feed you biscuits. I always laugh when people are like, oh, the beautiful bird song. I mean, can you work out what birds are actually saying to each other? Basically, it's like, fuck off or fuck me.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 things birds are basically saying.
Okay, so the servant girl leads you through to a grand hall. A magnificently tiled floor is flanked by 2 sweeping staircases that ascend to the upper floor. Decorations are in keeping. Again, there's loads of the like shields and decorative weapons hanging from the walls. Colourful plants and again more like cages with containing like parrots and other sort of exotic looking birds. Right, so the serving girl asks you to wait here a moment, and she goes over to the door opposite and knocks and walks and sort of opens the door and slips through. A moment later, she emerges, followed by Soshin, who grins and comes over and heartily welcomes you all.
Thank him.
Arcade.
I'm hiding behind Fufu.
Thank him for his welcome.
You're more than welcome in my mother's home. Says I'm sure we can let past grievances put past grievances behind us, little man, as well. There's no need to hide.
Why am I rolling with Cade's dice, by the way?
No idea. Oh, of course you were selected. You were all selected at once, so you're probably just using the last one who was selected. If you got him
fine.
selected. Right. My mother is waiting to meet you. She's looking forward to meeting you, and he leads you all through into. Oh, you can take a seat. Okay, right. appears to be like a dining area, although it's decked out with like sort of plush reclining sofas. The dining table, unlike dining tables you're used to, this dining table is very low to the floor, just a few inches above it, and so these seats are more like these seats are low as well, almost like backed cushions that sit on the floor. Where is she again?
Just sit down cross-legged in a monk pose.
Ferfook will have to creak down because he's obviously wearing stuff like clang, clang, clonk. Hey Takklin, have you still got your shield with you?
Yes, I have.
Oops.
About to say a woman who's in her line of business may recognize some mighty fine workmanship, especially if it's magical.
Mm-hmm. It's very good thinking. I was wondering when I was going to get it evaluated.
Where are we? There we go. Okay, right. Before you is a very strong-looking and well athletically built Chiltern woman. Some parts of her exposed flesh on her arms shows signs of battle scars. Right. Welcome to my home. I understand I have you to thank for my son's safe return.
I'll stand up to greet her then.
Yeah, all the same.
Says, I'm in your debt. Is there anything? I'm at your service. Is there anything I can do?
Probably some information.
Information is an easy thing to provide. What information is it you require?
How trustworthy is the harbour master Zinda?
As far as I'm aware, is an upstanding citizen. Is dedicated to his job. Somewhat obsessed with capturing pirates.
What do you know of the Flaming Fist?
Flaming Fist. They're a mercenary band financed by the Merchant Guild from the city of Greyhawk, I believe.
Right.
They took over Fort Balerion about a decade ago.
We've
Do you
recently,
have any?
recently been contacted by one of their operatives. Told us Zinda is not to be trusted.
Well, that would well, I would find that conflicting information as far as to my knowledge. Both parties are trustworthy. I might not have a great deal of love for outsiders that stake claim to our land, but that said, the Flaming Fist seem an honourable organisation.
Is there a reason? Do you know of any reason that Zindar has for this obsession with capturing pirates?
He's very dedicated to his job. Is all I can. The only explanation give you for that.
Foucault's
I don't know.
Social.
I don't know. I don't know Zindar on a personal level, but I've not heard anything untoward about him.
You know anyone that would be able to supply us a bit more information about Zindar and the Flaming Fist?
Well, what is it you want to know about the Flaming Fist? I possibly know a little bit more about the Flaming Fist than I do Zindar, to be honest.
Oh, just anything that's like the
Important.
history. Yeah, anything important, any they reneged on any deals or broken any laws in Schult or anything like that sort of thing.
No, not
Their,
not
repu-
go on.
their reputation.
Like I say, to my knowledge, their reputation is good. I'm not. I'll be. I'm on it. I'll be honest. I'm not. I'm not overly fond of their staking a claim to parts of Chult in the name of Greyhawk.
Why would they do that?
It's our land has proved very profitable to outsiders.
Yeah, but surely you pay them for their services.
Pay them for what services?
Well, they're mercenaries, so I assume they were brought here. You said for about a decade ago, and I assume they were brought here and paid for to perform the job.
They were
Or
brought.
did
They were brought here
Paid by
by.
Gray.
They're in the employ of it's a private mercenary group funded by the Merchant Guild of Greyhawk.
York, isn't it?
Merchant Guild. Sorry, I thought it was the princes that had done it.
No.
So the Merchant Guild. I mean, this is just a confusion, but the Merchant Guild have paid for mercenaries to come to Chult to perform a function of some sort. I assume security or something. And they appear to have gone beyond that and actually have said, now this part of Chult is ours.
Have they set it up as like a staging post for the Merchant Guild so they can deliver their ships to that area where Fort Belurian is?
They have a land of sorts. Yeah, they have there's a beach, a landing spot nearby, a few miles away from the fort.
Oh, right. So it's like their staging post to deliver their goods to, etc., that sort of thing. I would imagine. That's why they're taking the fort. So they've got a stake in Chult.
They try to pacify. They send patrols out and attempts to pacify the territory, as they put it, and to claim land and claim any riches they find, which are sent back to their superiors back in Greyhawk.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. So when you said Merchant Guild, she meant, side notes, she meant like Greyhawk Merchant Guild, not.
Yeah.
Oh, so basically these people rocked up one day, took over an abandoned fort at the coast, and basically said to everybody else, fuck off, this is now ours.
To a certain extent, yeah.
So they pulled an English
Yeah.
on the rest of the globe, stuck a flag in the ground and said, all you darky people, this is no longer yours. We white people have now discovered it and it's ours. And if you argue, we're going to fuck you up.
Says yeah, that is my contention. But
Holy
At
shit!
the-
I'm with you, lady. I'm
But
with you.
that's
Kick those fuckers out.
but that said, while we merchant princes may hold sway over the city over Yanzuru, our rule and power doesn't extend beyond the walls of the city. Our resources are not may be great, but they are not great enough to tame the jungles beyond the walls.
Yes, but eventually you may be.
Possibly. Well, one time long ago in our history, the capital of Chult was far south in the jungle.
What was it called?
Omu.
How do you spell that?
OMU. I think it was
Okay,
Omu.
so yeah, just
It's Omu. Is it Omu?
What happened to the capital?
It's lost in history. It was centuries ago.
I mean,
How careless.
put it on the map for us.
You what? Sorry.
Should be able to put it on the map for us.
She's I'm afraid she doesn't know of its location. That too is lost to history.
Speaking of things lost to history, some other information we were looking for is rumours of some old temples. Temples to Mishalk, one of the gods of the Anti.
What are your reasons for seeking out temples to Yantai? The Yantai are a despicable, evil race. Luckily, hopefully, long since wiped out. Though I hear rumours that there are remnants of them stirring in the jungle.
Oh.
So, this is sort of in and around. I hope we aren't just like battering this poor woman with lots of questions. Obviously, we're there to be entertained and to sort of enjoy the company and stuff. Ferfook offers to, he's been working on a ballad, trying to recount the adventures. Soshin has a suitably minor part in it, for the role he played in the escape, etc. Would she care to hear it while my fellows gather their thoughts?
By all means, I would be intrigued and flattered. I'm sure Social would be.
Well, I haven't quite finished it, and it can take me a bit of time to complete these works, but me, and launches into his performance.
Which is awful.
Suitably cringe.
It's below average.
Yeah, definitely. I do apologize afterwards and say we've only just recovered.
She smiles diplomatically as you finish up.
Smile diplomatically.
Well, Mecca are aware of our main mission that we're after, about trying to find this Dyson and what's happening, this curse that seems to have come about that we're trying to stop. And so this is tied into the thing with the Yantai, because we've been promised some information if we return something of theirs that was stolen from one of their temples. And that's why we're looking for these temples, because apparently there's a turtle that wears goggles. So it should be quite distinctive as a person, but she's come up to Yanzuru, we believe, from the information we've got.
Nope, that's not what you're told.
Well, that she left for the mainland a year ago. Yeah,
Yep.
maybe to the
But-
main port.
You were told where she went.
No, we were just told left for the mainland a year ago, maybe to the main port.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that were all we were told. We weren't told a specific place.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it.
Well, turtles. Turtles are very rarely seen, so I'm sure it should be quite easy to find news of this person you're looking for. And this other person you mentioned, this Dyson,
Mm-hmm.
you say was a tiefling.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I heard word of such a person several
Oh,
weeks
no.
ago.
Kid is listening very carefully.
No,
No, please,
please
do go on.
tell us any information you have.
Not much, I'm afraid. It just came up in conversation. It came to my attention as it did to possibly did to quite a few people. It was I don't think anybody had ever seen a tiefling in the flesh before in Yanzuru. All I can tell you that it was part of a group that formed an expedition that set off into the jungle.
Group.
Where to?
That I don't know.
When was this?
Several weeks ago.
Mm, Did they hire an official, guide?
Possibly. Most people that, if they've any sense, before venturing into the jungle, hire a guide. The jungle
Okay.
is an unforgiving place.
So is there any way we can, figure out who they hired?
I have no idea. Maybe Jabal. But Jabal is responsible for for all the legally sanctioned guides. Maybe he could help. But
And-
providing they used one of his guides, that is.
Okay, and this expedition of Dyson, do you know who was involved?
I have
How
no
many
idea.
people?
No,
Do
I
you
have
have
no
Do you have
idea.
any other information about this matter?
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay, I thank thank her for the info.
I say I have a song about Dyson if you would like to hear it.
Oh my god.
She smiles diplomatically again. Says, "That's perhaps another time."
Too late.
Oh dear,
No way. I tried to roll advantage. Did that work?
it did. Yeah,
No.
it did. It's
No, it
got the
didn't.
KH on the end.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but it's only rolled once.
surely it should roll 2 dice and then
If
show
you're using
you.
the disadvantage, if you're using the one on the dice tray, that's all. That's what it does. It just shows
Oh,
you the
let's-
one roll.
All right.
Oh,
So it looks like one roll, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so you try it. If you like, select a d20 and put advantage and roll it. It just shows you the roll, that result.
no.
That's
See,
two.
no,
You've rolled
no.
2d20 there.
No, I rolled 2d20 and it showed me the 15 as the top roll. It's only showing you the one roll. If you do 1d20 on advantage, it only rolls at once. You have to actually roll.
No, that's
Two hit.
that's rolling 2d20. That you're selecting
Yeah.
rolling 2d20. That's not the same as rolling advantage.
No, this is this is the point I'm trying to make.
No, he's right. If you put 1d20 with advantage, it just rolls 1d20.
Yeah,
You
that's
have
what
to
I'm
put
trying
in
to say.
2d20 and then put advantage for it to
Yeah.
actually roll the 2 and select the highest one to show you.
You see what I mean? So when I roll 1d20, it just rolls 1 dice. It doesn't roll 2 dice. It rolls the number of dice that you asked it to roll.
Uh-huh.
You
Like
see?
there, I've rolled 2 with advantage, and it's giving me the 18 as the high one with advantage. But if you
So-
put one d20 an advantage and roll, it only ever rolls that single d20. Even
by
though
the
it's
way-
got a K on the end.
Yeah. So I mean, does that make sense? I don't know why it's doing it, full, because I mean I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I'll
But,
look into it. Like I say, I of the impression that dice tray roller, it just like it only shows you the one result, but it's actually doing two.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I
I'll
haven't
look into
used
it.
to use it.
It's you know, you can
Let me-
easily ignore that by just rolling 2 dice and not using the advantage disadvantage button,
Yeah, so I'm gonna roll 2 dice now.
because that advantage disadvantage, if you're clicking on 2, that advantage disadvantage button becomes irrelevant anyway.
Yeah, I'm just going to roll. Get off. Oh shit! Once you hit the button, you're screwed. That's all it'll do for you.
No, you can delete in the
Right,
what
okay.
he's put in the chat and then click roll, and it won't roll anything.
You can right click
Okay,
it.
cool.
Right click
so-
it and it takes them off.
Right, so I'm gonna do a quick performance of Dyson and his cat, an all-time foot stomping favorite, which I have advantage on. Set the first roll. Let's see if I can go any higher. Oh, 22. 22. Almost double my first one. Holy shit.
Cool. Okay, right. She's at first reluctant, but then she does actually give you a genuine round of applause if she seems if she's blushes and
Thank you.
seems slightly offended.
Just the reaction I was hoping for.
Socian doesn't seem to know where to look. So that was all well and good, but is the anything is there if there is there anything else I can help you with?
Would you be able to give us an introduction to Joe Ballon, so we could ask him?
I can see if I can arrange that. Yes.
All right, thank you.
I mean, obviously, your line of business is, very interesting because not all of our party use arms and armor, but we do quite often end up on either the pointy end of things or end up putting pointy ends of things into other people. I mean, do you sell magical arms and armor? Is that something that you trade in?
I sometimes pay Wakanga to place enchantments on a select few items.
Oh, okay, very interesting. I mean, my shield and Tacklin's shield are quite magical, as is my armor. And I don't think my fellows, the monks, they prefer not to wear armor, but perhaps something, as a token of appreciation, perhaps their weapons could be enhanced, because we are planning on heading out on Dyson's trail into the jungle, primarily to save everyone's immortal souls, but also, to kill that fucker as soon as we get our hands on him. I mean, deal retribution for the wrongs he has dealt us and other people.
Right, she smiles. She says, "I'd be happy to provide you with the service, but I'm a businesswoman as well. I'm afraid it's I can't offer these things for free."
No, of course. I mean, what value do we really place on things? I mean, relative to,
If you tell me,
family.
if we're talking business, let's talk straight. What is it you require, and I can tell you a price.
Well, Obold's got a spear. How much would it cost to make it more effective spear? 'Cause I know he struggles sometimes in combat. He gets up to an opponent and he just like flails around wildly. It takes him ages sometimes to like finally get the point end of his pointy stick thing. Spear stuck in the enemy. Maybe a magical enhancement would make it easier for him to stick his spear into the bad guys.
Obold's just going to stand there glaring at Ferfook.
Am I wrong?
Right, she looks over at Obal and says, "Your friend is very fond of procrastinating."
Yes. Yeah, he is.
Yes, I could arrange with Watanga to have an enchantment placed upon your spear. It would cost 500 gold pieces.
Hmm.
What
I
about
mean, would Lazai? Lazai, do you use any weapon you would wish enchanted, perhaps? Lee.
Just out of interest, how much would something that would help aid in my defense that's not armor, but something that can help me evade blows? How much would something like that cost?
I'm not. You're talking in riddles. What do you mean?
Like, I don't wear armor because it impedes my fighting style. I was wondering if there was
I deal in weapons and armor.
if there was something that could be worn that would aid in evading blows.
I'm not sure I can help you there. I deal in weapons and armor. Weapons, shields, travelling gear, rain catchers, saddles for beasts, wagons and canoes.
Hmm.
Sell them directly or through agents?
Agents, sanctioned agents sell them. It would be ridiculous if people could only buy them through me directly.
Hmm.
can we get a line? Can we get a line on one of these agents then, or a number of them?
You can find sellers in the markets.
Okay.
In the Red Bazaar.
Can we name drop you?
You may, but I don't think it will earn you any benefit. If you buy that, you mean discount.
Oh, it's a very dirty word. You know,
It is to a merchant.
we we brought your son back.
And for that, I'm grateful. As I
Lovely.
say, I'm happy to repay that in ways that I'm able.
Okay. So were you going to use that dirty word again, discount, or no?
That is not a way that I am willing or able to assist with.
Okay.
So how can you assist then?
I don't know unless you ask.
Naru's talking in riddles.
We're going to have to set out on an expedition to follow Dyson at some point. So we're going to have to buy everything that we need at some point as well, which will probably include things like canoes. I think we've already bought a wet rain catcher, haven't we?
Yeah.
But we'll probably need other stuff like canoes and things like that. Anything that we need outfitting to.
I can ensure
To
that
matter
my agents will deal with you.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
I mean,
By all means, and to ensure that they sell you the things that you require.
I mean, when it comes time for us to go on our expedition, it may take us a little time to prepare. Having your introduction to some of the people we need to speak to prepare, do our research, ensure that we get sort of trustworthy guides, etc.
Well,
that would be
that's-
greatly appreciated.
It's nice Joe Barlin too. She's already agreed she'll have a word. She's the person in charge of guides and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
Given
mean,
given the severity of our mission, would it not be beneficial for us to be introduced to everybody of note in this town setting? Instead of, picking
That
at the
could
pieces
be
of.
a long list of people. Again,
Would it be worthwhile passing on the information to the other merchant princes that we've told you about what's happening and the reason we're after Dyson?
now that I can't guarantee would be a good idea.
Are there some of the merchant princes that shouldn't be trusted then, or
We are in alliance together, but there are some among in our number that I do not readily trust as I do Wakanga.
right? Okay. Would it be worthwhile asking?
People have agendas
Okay.
that may not necessarily be in line with my own.
Would you be able to ask your agents to keep an eye out for Dyson and his party, so that we'll be able to inform us if they turn up or if they're spotted?
I'm sure it'd be. I'm sure I'd hear of such a thing. I'm sure most people would. So someone like that stands out out in a crowd. It's like I say, it's been several weeks since they left for the jungle.
Okay, I think our main thing at the minute then is just speaking to Jobal about who they hired and hopefully where they went. If we can find out the information then, for the moment.
I suppose from our side, from as strangers into the city, one of the biggest assistances she could give us is, are there things we need to be really wary of? Are there princes that, in her estimation, or merchants we should not trust? Are there things that are obvious to locals or to herself in her position that we would simply not be aware of, and we need to be very careful of? So, for instance, if the prince who's in charge of, what was it, plants and assassinations, invited us
Decimate.
over for thank you, invited us over for dinner, is that something we should say, oh yes, that would be lovely, thank you? Or is it the kind of thing that we should say, brain check and then run like hell? What would she suggest?
That would depend on your course of action. I have made no enemies of my fellow princes, but not all are necessarily close friends either.
I mean, is there any that we should be wary of? Wakanga told us that you were a trusted ally of his. We do trust Wakanga. So I just wondered if there were ones that we should be wary of if we have any interaction with them.
In business, I'm wary of everybody. So yes, I'm wary of all of my peers, even Wakanga to some extent.
Okay. Well, sounds like she's a good businesswoman then.
Do you want to buy a boat?
I'm afraid I do not trade in boats.
But you do trade in canoes.
Yes.
So yeah. So chaps, I'm afraid I've got to head off now. I've got an early start in the morning. But I mean, do we want to pick it up again from here? After we've had some time to think of a few more things we might want to chat to her about.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
leave it here for now then.
Good idea.
Awesome. Well, at least we've got a line on someone who can actually enchant weapons. I mean, that's like a fucking first. Cost 500 gold pieces for +1 weapon, basically. That's not bad.
It cost me 500 gold pieces for the spear in the first place because it were a masterwork one.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I might spring for a dagger or something, just for stabbies. Oh well. Thanks, chaps. This was for a session with no fighting. This was quite cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we playing Wednesday?
I can't on Wednesday.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I think we promised Steve would do
Oh yeah,
Cthulhu as well, didn't we?
did we?
I-
Okay.
Did put in Phil the kill
Yes,
thing
sorry.
for the
Yeah, I
pirate
did.
thing.
I did have a look at that. I meant I'll message everybody what they're due. I did have a look at it, and I did mean to add it. Tell everybody what it was, but
Yeah.
I shall put it in the signal chat later on.
Okay.
Everybody's
Cool.
XP rewards.
Thank you, guys. I
No,
love the checking out from that, expensive. That was awesome. I love that.
I am eventually gonna find a minotaur I can ask these fucking questions of.
Listen, you can ask all the questions you want, but
As long as you're paying the gold for the recompense.
yes, and let us walk away first from a
As
distance.
long as we're not there.
Yeah, from a distance, we will watch it. Like
Yeah.
100 meters.
Just
Okay?
make sure you buy 4 deck chairs and 4 lots of popcorn first of all.
And wine. We need wine as well. Okay, and cigars because this will take long. Why, baby?
Oh, I don't know. It's a minotaur. I probably only take a few rounds. Anyway, chaps, have a good night.
Cheers.
Uh,
Thank
Later.
you.
See you later.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.